Ooh, baby, is this going to be a Aviance night? Welcome back to the House of Scotty P, aka Carnivore Scott. I appreciate you all jumping in here. Just wanted to share a few things with you, keep myself accountable, and maybe bring a pearl of wisdom or a smile. I want to take a moment just to say thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you. And yes, I would appreciate you to subscribe, to like, to leave a comment. It does one's heart good to know that someone took the time to put a reply in. Now, for a little fun, I want to show you this video here. This is a video here of my puppies, okay? Yes, a video of my puppies. And who doesn't like a good dog video? But these are my dogs, Baby and Tink. Baby is a smaller, more voluptuous of the two. And Tinker is the beautiful animal who loves to run and jump. I think she's part Tigger because she has a spring in her tail. And this is the girls just having a moment, enjoying playing Bubbles. I have to spell it because they're in the room with me. If you notice, the door is open behind me. Normally I have that closed. It gives me just a little bit more isolation. You may also notice that in the background, I have finally hung up the artwork that my wife so graciously painted for me. There's a place I used to work and a couple other things. I figured I would go ahead and put those up. And then behind me on the deacon's bench is some artwork I do. It's more of this type of art called encaustic art, where you take Demar resin. It's a resin from a certain type of I guess for lack of a better word, coniferous slash pine tree, and you mix it with beeswax. And when you do it and you heat it up together and let it cool, it's a translucent type of color. You could add color to it, and you make multiple layers, and it won't melt under 130 degrees Fahrenheit, and it can last thousands of years. And you just lay up, you lay on lots of layers, and you could do all sorts of things. And some of it back there, and there's another piece I did just that. And you can see the shimmer on it. But work is supposed to be creative, and it's supposed to be fun and bring joy. And those are the things that bring joy to me, along with my two little four-legged buds. You can see that right, the one right there. That's Tank, and Baby. You can barely see her. She's laying here. They're relaxing. They've had a fun day so far. Okay, so I want to move on to my next topic. I feel great. Yes, I do. Here I am on day 33 of my carnivore adventure, and I feel great. Um, every aspect of every moment of every day is not rainbows and, as Dr. Barry had said, unicorn farts, right? It isn't all that. It's not gumdrops and lollipops. It's really good. The inflammation is significantly diminished. And I'm going to talk more about inflammation and a little funny, but it's good. Now, I'd like to address something, maybe another segment, I don't know, but this segment, and I'm going to pull up my notes to make sure I say it correctly, okay? Old conditions and new knowledge. Yeah. We've been dealing with aches and pains and things for probably an extended period of time. And yet, through this new way of eating, returning back to our healthy state, we have newfound knowledge. Like sometimes you're so used to your pains, you don't realize that they're gone right away. You're just like, I've been used to it. And then all of a sudden you bend down to pick something up, you step over something that's a little extended in your step, you come down steps. I found myself going down my ladder instead of going down 1 foot and then the other matches, 1 foot and the other one matches. I was able to go down a rung, down a rung, down a rung, and down. You get down the ladder a lot quicker that way. And I just feeling my hips and my legs stretch and having confidence in that was amazing. I was thinking yesterday, my right hip hurts me a lot. and my right hip hurts for a lot of reasons, and I stand with my knee kind of bent, and all these different things, and then I remembered, up here in the old noggin, now that I'm getting these sugar, these amyloid masses dissolved in my brain, more and more is coming back. I'm remembering things. I could never remember Kevin Bacon's name or names that I wanted them. I knew where they were, and I just couldn't remember them. I'm getting more of them, and I love it. But I'm also getting memories of things I had forgotten about that maybe were amiss in my life with regards to health. So with that, I had a doctor tell me I was getting so my hips were really bad, and I tore a muscle off my glute a couple years ago. Not tore it all the way, but just kind of dinged it, made it hurt. And then I was sitting prolonged. I was sitting on my wallet, all the things you're not supposed to do. So I end up at the physical therapist's office, and they're doing their thing, and they said, "Did you know? Did you know your right leg is a skosh bit shorter than your left?" I was like, "No." But in one ear and out the other. Do I do the exercises the PT person told me to do? Nah, I don't need that. I'm smarter than that. I know it all. Anyway, so I still have hip problems. Now you saw the exercise ball behind me. I do get on in a bit. Haven't figured out a way to videotape that or why I would videotape that. But trying to do some things, flexibility, stretching. Bubba Bob Baker, he's out there saying, hey, or Robert Bubba Baker, pardon me. He's out there saying, you got to do these things and stretch out and get your ligaments and your tendons strengthened long before you start working on the heavy weights. I got it, amen. Get a hallelujah from the from the audience. But back to the short leg. We decided yesterday. Now I have to wear insert for my plantar fasciitis. Flares up. But I've had multiple sets, and some of them are really, really thin. I have to have a lot of lift, but I have to have a lot of stability, particularly at my weight, right? So I slipped one of those into my Crocs, and now my right hip, which was uh, down because my leg was lower, right? And my left hip was higher. Now I've got it kind of adjusted, and I'm going to have to get used to it. Like wearing a pair of glasses, you got to get used to it. I think I'm already feeling some relief in one day. We're going to wait. We'll see. We'll track that. But hey, old thing, new knowledge works out pretty good. The sophistication or lack thereof in my videos. I know to grow a YouTube channel, all the gurus are out there. And yes, I admit I'd like to grow my channel. But all the gurus, thumbnails, video length, posting time, make sure you have this and make sure you have that, and chapters and hashtags and all these different things. And they're very important. Almost as important as maybe the subject of the video and the content. Sometimes some would even say even more so, because if no one drops by, doesn't matter how good the knowledge is. It's like a book at the library. There are plenty of books we've never read. They just don't speak to us. They don't call out to us. But you get that red bound book with the gold letters or some fancy schmancy illustration, and we're like, well, that's compelling. We're going to go look at it. Now, of course, we also have authors, but we don't really follow an author until we've read the author, maybe one or two or three of their works. So it's important. They say don't judge a book by its cover. But if you never go in it, how are you ever going to judge it? And why are we judging? That aside, my sophistication is just what I have. It's what I'm willing to put into it. And I believe that perhaps there'll be a time when we go back to the old KISS principle. Keep it simple, silly. Or better yet, keep it simple, Scott. Yeah, that's what they meant when they came up with that. Keep it simple. So I'm trying to keep it simple. But also, I have to admit, going back and doing closed captioning at the rate I speak might be there for quite a while. It might take a week to get a video out. Thank you for joining my impromptu live sessions. So I'll go up on my YouTube channel, press the go live, and I use my Stream Deck software, Stream Deck OBS, whatever. I don't really know how to use all those words in a sentence. But I'll go out there and I'll put up my video and I'll bring up screens and I'll do things. I have a little bit of filtering going on the mic, etc. Um, and I like it, and it works. And I can put the video, I can put up the chat, but I wasn't able to do that really cool sharing the screen on screen with other people. So as we know, Carrie at Homestead How, thank you, Carrie, and so many others are using StreamYard as a software. You don't have to pay for it. You get up to 6 little boxes. Powerful tool. Well, I finally figured it out how to make it work. User error. Doot, doot. I'm good with that. Ignorance is curable. It's stupidity that really hurts. So I got the StreamYard to work, and I went last night, and I did a live, well, for about a minute and a half. And a Woodster 72 was really good to me, and took pity on me when I froze my camera. I had to shut it all down, restart it. Some people missed the 2-minute one, and others came in on the hour-long one. We affectionately refer to it now as the after party at Scotty's, right? So we like to do that. I like to do that. The night shuts down. My wife heads off to bed, and because of my snoring and my hugeness, and she doesn't like to roll downhill in the bed. We have a king size bed, but I'm a big guy. And well, anyway, long short of it is she appreciates getting a 30, 45-minute head start on me so she can get to sleep. Because when I go to bed with my sleep apnea, my head hits the pillow, and on most nights, I'm out like a light. Best of both worlds. Then she wakes up early, and then I wake up after her. Unless it was this morning. Woke up at about 4 o'clock with some significant cramps in my legs. I know. Electrolytes. I got up, took some electrolytes, felt better, couldn't get back to sleep. So it was time to get into the old mouse wheel and go about doing the things I like to do. So there is that. And now, a little funny. At least it's funny to me. So, as I was remarking earlier, Robert Bubba Baker, the blues man, who I hope one day will play his Git fiddle on the screen. I'd love to see the box he uses and whether he's playing in a B minor or a key of a key. I don't know anything about keys. I just heard about them. So thought I'd throw it out there. But he was talking about having an attack of gout, and a flare up woke him up in pain, and he went and he had to do what he had to do. And in doing so, he grabbed the Voltaren. Now, I don't know if any of you are using topical ointments, like Bengay or any wintergreen thing or Icy Hot. And a very popular one is Voltaren. You can buy it over the counter now, and you get that. You put it on. It's a nice analgesic, topical type of medicine. And my wife and I, being the age we are, we have our requisite tubes of Voltaren in our what do you call that in the bathroom? In the vanity drawers, right? Because we have a his and her, of course. And I have mine, and she has hers, and we use it when we need it, right? Well, one day, the wife was putting some on for her neck, and she used to comment, she's been using it, and she just really doesn't like the odor of Voltaren. It has its own distinct odor. And I was helping to massage her neck and get the Voltaren in and doing whatever. And she commenting on that odor. And I went, ooh, baby, is this going to be a Aviance night? Do you remember that commercial where the lady would be like, I can earn the bacon, cut it up in a frying pan, and I can do this and I can do that. It's going to be an Aviance night. If you're a child of the 70s, you heard that one. I'm saying it's pretty much 70s, an Aviance night. And I said to her, after I said that, she goes, oh yeah, baby, this is a senior's aphrodisiac, Voltaren. Anyway, it was funny for me. And when Bubba mentioned that, that came right to my head. Boom. That clarity of mind that carnivore gave me. It's like zing right in there. And I'm all the way back to 2 weeks ago. It's going to be an ambiance night. And anyway, I just thought that was funny. I thought I would share that with you. So with all that, all humor aside, and to be sincere again, I do want to say thank you. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you're doing. I'm so um, I'm so lifted up, and I'm so enriched by the comments, by the likes, by the caring, by the recognition when I go into other people's chats and other people's live streams, and I go howdy, and people come back and say, "Hey there, Carnivore Scott." You know what? It makes a difference. Lifts my heart when I'm a little bit down, and while I know what I need to do to make myself not be down without medication, it does feel good to be recognized. Everybody should be recognized. I don't think anybody should go into a live or into a chat and be ignored. So I thank each one of you. I hope in my lives I am paying attention to you. I can see now when Carrie with 800 people, how nerve wracking that has to be, and why he has to have some moderators and admins, because a lot of people would come in and say, "Well, Carrie doesn't care about me because he doesn't mention me." That's not so. That's not true. It's hard. It's hard for me to listen just to my wife when we're here alone. All right. When we've been married 32 beautiful years, yet I find a way almost each and every day to to hurt her feelings when I'm in my own mind thinking my own things. So, Bubba says this, other people say it, be kind. And I think it's very kind what you've done for me. And I thank you. And I hope and I pray for each one of you. And I pray that my behavior, my demeanor is seen by you as being just that I appreciate you and that you are important to me. So again, thank you. God bless. I'll see you the next time. Take care. Bye bye. And here is a quick montage, just a couple pictures of some things I've ate and a non-scale victory. I could wear these dress socks, which I haven't been able to wear for a long time. Maybe I shouldn't wear them. Let me know. Thanks.